Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We are currently here in Mr. Daniel Letz's shop in Biaspria. He's one of the most prominent, potter maker in this region of Maramuresh. He was in Washington, D.C. last summer to showcase and also visit some of the museums in Washington and New York. It was sponsored by his visit was sponsored by the Romanian Cultural Center of New York as well as the Embassy of Romania in Washington, D.C. to promote U.S.-Romania trade and cultural relationship between Americans and Romanians. So I'm currently here with Daniel, my good friend, and he's going to give us a quick tour of his shop as well as the houses that he rents out for tourists that are interested in visiting this part of Maramuresh. This is one of the most traditional region of Romania. You will see tons of cultural things to do here, as well as the way that people dress up is very traditional. With that said, we're going to go for a quick tour and hope you guys enjoy. Let us know if you have any questions at the bottom of the description of this video blog. And also we're going to add Daniel's website and ways to contact Daniel should you decide to buy or visit this region, so that you have a place to stay in Maramuresh. Thanks for watching. All right. So here is some of his pottery, and most of them are already pre-made, so you can find it online, and also develop some sort of a cultural connection with Romania via this traditional pottery in the region. And we're going to go ahead and follow Dan. So he's going to show us around. These are his vases, well made.
1000 grams.
1000 grams. So they sound pretty strong. So that in itself is very fascinating to see, and these are some of his more intricate artwork.
Dacă să vrei să traduci, am dezertat puțin din natura populară și m-am dus și pe ceramica figurativă.
This is figurative art. It's not necessarily like traditional one.
Da.
He escaped from the
vara vin
traditional
foarte
ones,
mulți
but
cursanți care vor să-și bage mâinile în lut și
they have
învățăm să facă oale.
some students who come here during summertime and they are teaching them how to work with clay.
Mi-am dat seama că tradiția poate să meargă mai departe și în felul ăsta, chiar dacă mulți o iau ca și o terapie.
And he realized that this is a way that he can go with and beyond tradition, and this is kind of therapy form for
Lumea
them.
își dă seama în ultima perioadă că este o necesitate spirituală să faci
It's
lucruri
like
cu
a
mâinile.
spiritual need to do things with your own hands.
Așa că vara îi cazez în case vechi, case de pe 1700
So
și
during
toate ziua
summertime they stay in really old houses from the 1700, and they stay here all day long and they just work with clay.
Și mâncarea care o pregătim împreună este mâncare de aici, din zona noastră, de la producătorii locali.
And they buy things from people around here and they cook together only traditional food.
Este o nevoie să ne întoarcem la
It's
tradiție.
like a need to go back to traditions.
Back to the roots.
Back to the roots.
Excellent. So as he mentioned, back to the roots.
My family.
This is
my grandpapa.
His grandfather that started the tradition and grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Deci aveți ateliere în timpul
Da.
These are
Fiind și din aici am avut, și din Emirate. și
the
din
historical
Franța și
roots
din-
of the shop.
O să vă duc să vedeți și locul în care ținem cursurile.
This is amazing. So it's a very different experience. If you guys ever want to see tradition and, a rich culture in Romania, Maramuresh is the place to go to. I mean, check out all these things that Daniel has. He's a superstar in America now because he came and everybody was asking if we can do a video of him. So we're going to go ahead and
Haideți să vă duc și în partea cealaltă, în casă.
feature him in our tour of Maramuresh.
Să învați.
So he made this as well.
Asta l-ați făcut?
Da, asta a fost plin cu vin când s-a însărvat feciorul meu.
Oh, this was full with wine at his son's wedding.
Feciorul mi-a făcut 3 nepoți, un bunic și am 3 nepoți.
He has 3 nephews. He's a grandpa.
Okay. Thank you, mulțumesc.
Casa mea.
So this is a traditional home in Baia Spria.
Pentru atmosferă o să aprindem o lampă. Mai sunt lampe care funcționează cu gaz.
That's how I used to learn during Ceausescu's time when we were running out of lights. That's what we used to, yeah, that's how we used to learn. Așa am învățat eu la
And that's
lampă.
Daniel's showcasing what it feels and looks like with lanterns inside his very traditional, beautiful house. Imagine living in this, you know, very traditional, historical property. Okay.
Și tot felul de obiecte văd.
Hai un pic.
Imagine this.
Hai că facem un...
So, here you go, folks. If you've never experienced anything like this, come on out, look for Daniel Les. We're going to put his contact information on the description page of this video blog on our YouTube channel.
Și acum vă duc în locul în care se gătește.
And now it's a kitchen, the place where people cook.
Ea este doamna mea.
That's Daniel's wife, Dana, and look, she's preparing a
Să facem
very well-made pie, it looks
Vreau
like.
să explic ce facem aici.
Eu spun dumneavoastră vorbiți engleză, deci...
I guess she's going to explain to us a little bit some of the things that
So
she's
this is my special
making.
pie, homemade pie,
okay.
with cheese, and I made the mixture of cheese and dill and green onion. So that's a special recipe.
Perfect.
Seara avem oaspeți care o să ne colinde.
Și sunt pentru oaspeți.
Da. Și pentru
Pentru
voi
cine
dacă
o să fie
veniți,
acolo.
da, sigur.
So to our American viewers and people around the world, this is a traditional way of making pie. What's it called?
Plăcintă cu brânză
Plă-
și mărar.
So cheese
Cu brânză de bivoliță.
My grandma called it like translated would be like a thing with lots of green things. So it's a pie with lots of green things. It would be
Perfect.
like
So
that.
it's a mixture of
Îi
vegetables
spunea
and
vărzar.
cheese.
Adică chestii verzi, da. Se punea multă ceapă,
În
verze.
Moldova vărzar e plăcinta cu varză.
Nu, aici se zic verze la toate
Care sunt cu
plantele
Cu
verzi care se pot
frunze, ca să
folosi,
zicem
frunze
așa,
verzi
nu?
care se pot folosi în plăcintă.
Perfect.
Okay, learn this.
All right, she's doing a do-it-yourself video YouTube channel. And this is a traditional pie in this part of Maramuresh. So like I was saying, this is, you know, the region where all the tradition is fused with local culture, you know, people groups and everything, artisans, culinary art. You know, obviously Daniel is an expert on pottery, and his wife is a magnificent cook, it looks like here. She's showing how people makes
down in the basement.
cheese pie in Maramuresh, in Baia Spria. So folks, if you guys want to come and visit this area and also, you know, stay at this, I think this is a pension also,
Yeah, it's a guest house.
a guest house. Just we'll add all the description on how to contact Danielle and Dana at the bottom description of this video blog. And we're truly very honored and humbled that they opened up their house to us on such short notice. They weren't expecting us today, but they were
Asta e vinul
very.
nostru de casă, produs aici.
This is their homemade wine.
That's a homemade wine. They've been very hospitable, and we are truly honored for them to have us around to showcase their property as well as their art. With that said, mulțumesc frumos, Daniel.
Moment.
So, here we are. Alright folks, make sure to tell your family and friends about Daniel Less. He's an expert potter maker. Mulțumesc noroc. La mulți ani. And so, Daniel is one of these artisan experts that was brought to America by the Cultural Center of New York, as well as the Embassy of Romania, to promote intercultural relationship between America and Romania.
Asta este o casă veche de la 1900.
This is an old house from 1900.
Am
That's wine.
reușit să o păstrez așa cum a fost,
And
am
he
mai
managed to keep it like
aranjat-o.
that.
Iar oaspeții care vin la cursul dolorit se cazează așa cum era pe vremea.
People who come here for trainings, they stay here just like people
Okay,
used to
so
live
this
once.
is another
The same
shop.
conditions. Oh, that's where they would sleep.
Here is a traditional bed and breakfast area where people can stay in this very traditional bed. You know, this is like us. You know, once in a lifetime experience, folks. If you've never experienced this ever in your whole life, come out here and experience what it's like to sleep in a traditional Romanian wooden house in Maramureș. Baia Spria is the name of the township. Like I said, you know, this is the kind of stuff you read in history books, and you know, just see it in, you know, very legendary types of movies. But here at Daniel Less's bed and breakfast, everything is authentic. Even, you know, this chimney area. Look at that. This is amazing. I'm like very speechless on some of these things that I'm just now experiencing because I've never seen anything like this ever before. Okay, Dan, thank you.
It's a sewing machine.
And here's the sewing machine here. Historical sewing machine back in the days. So,
It's really nice.
all right. Thank you so much for the tour. And this is the living room area.
Aici pe pereți, toți prietenii care îmi vin, îmi scriu câte un
Franz
mesaj.
writes a message on the
Aici
walls.
e
That's
Horațiu
what he said.
Mălăele, un actor
Oh,
vestit.
that's Horațiu Mălăele. You heard about him.
Yeah, yeah.
The actor,
Aici
the
este
actor.
actorul Ion Haidoc, Teatru Notara, de câte ori a venit la mine.
Oh, that's another actor.
So
Not
these
Haydn.
are some of the messages left by the very well-known, prominent figures here in Romania, and they would come here and visit this amazing place. This is like, you know, fairy tale area, you know, type of house almost, just because of how it's set up and the structure. I mean, this is unbelievable. You would only see this in museums. You won't see this and get to experience this outside of Maramureș. So come out to Baia Spria. We will put the description of the house and contact information at the bottom of this video blog. Okay, is there anything else you'd like to share? I've got my...
Aici este ambasadorul Israelului, de câte ori a venit aici.
So,
David Zaranga.
the ambassador of Israel came over and stayed here as well. So
Several times.
this is amazing. This is just one of the, like I was saying, once in a lifetime experience. You know, some people have gotten so used to the modernization of the world, they lose touch with some of the, you know, very unbelievable experience that very few people have ever got to experience. So this is definitely a place to go.
Aici e o importantă femeie de la noi, Diana Tănăsescu, la Blues Rumen. are o
Oh,
asociație.
so the lady that created
Yeah.
Romanian blouse, Diana, I met her in the U.S. I think she came
So
over,
we need to know.
and she stayed here as well. This is pretty nice. Awesome. All right, and would you like to show us anything else, Dan?
We're gonna
Outside?
see one of the wooden houses.
Okay, so we're gonna go check out the wooden houses with Dan real quick, and he's gonna lead the way. So go ahead.
Mergem la
Mergem
cealaltă,
să vedem un pic?
trebuie să mergem și la... Moment.
So again, folks, if you have never been to a town in Romania, this would be one of the places to go first,
No,
and
that's traditional.
and work your way. Perfect.
Tradition.
Work your way out into the modern section of Romania. So Dan had put on a traditional coat for us to make the experience even more memorable for us. So thank you so much for doing that, Dan. All right, folks.
Dacă vrea, poate să închidă până ajungem
If
acolo,
you
că
want,
mai
you
e.
can close it until we get there. 'Cause we need